WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. For years, North Mississippi's coroners have had only one place to send a body for an autopsy: the State Crime Lab in Pearl.
Now, due to understaffing in an overcrowded lab, those coroners are being asked to hold bodies. WCBI's Parker King talked to a few coroners to find out how much of an impact this is having. He joins us in the studio now with that story.
It's been the universal anthem for state departments. We need more funding. And the crime lab in Pearl is another example. Without the funding to hire a qualified staff of medical examiners, the now one-doctor autopsy lab could affect the efficiency of our local law enforcement and court systems.
Death comes in all forms in Mississippi. And to confirm the cause, bodies are sent to the State Crime Lab in Pearl. Lately, it's been taking longer than usual to get results.
There's a critical staff shortage at our forensics lab in Pearl.
It's just equipment sitting everywhere and no one's working.
The understaffed lab performs around 10 to 20 autopsies a day, but it's not enough to handle the influx of bodies from all over the state.
Right now, they've got a block on putting bodies down there because they can only hold 19 in their storage area.
We're being asked by the state medical examiner to only send cases down that are absolutely necessary to be autopsied.
Which is only the death of a child under the age of 2 and the death of any person in police custody. Finding the funds and recruits to solve this problem has been the main concern for the lab.
I know our medical examiner, he's been on recruitment trips, but he has to sell our state.
The salary for the state medical examiner set by our legislatures, we're not even competitive with other states, so we're losing our doctors to other states.
We've had medical examiners who have left Mississippi, I think, and have went and badmouth what is going on here. They're going like, you don't want to go there and work.
On the medical side of the situation, the delay can put off court cases, funerals, and the signing of death certificates. The personal side can be much harder.
When you tell a family member, I've got to send your loved one off for an autopsy, and you may have to wait 3 to 4 days before they even get in to do the autopsy, maybe even a week, longer than that. You know, that's horrible when you have to tell your families that.
Now, Pearl is not the only lab in the state. Batesville and Biloxi both have crime labs that have been vacant for years. Finding the funds to staff these two labs, along with Pearl, could be the key to getting the answers to our courts and our families at a faster rate. Guys?
Parker in the studio, thanks so much for that. 2 Olive Branch Center High School students are arrested on charges of threatening violence on social media. DeSoto County Sheriff Bill Rasco says the 2 16-year-olds were arrested Saturday after police became aware of those Snapchat posts on Friday. The teenagers could face disciplinary, even legal consequences regarding the threats. DeSoto school officials described the incident as cyber stalking. Parents say one image singled out alleged bullies, while another one showed a rifle and discussed racial violence by whites against blacks. Center Hill Principal Doug Payne is urging parents and students to notify officials of any threats.
Mississippi state flag continues to wave controversy in North Mississippi. Pontotoc Mayor Bob Peoples removed the flag from City Hall, and now it's causing a bit of a backlash.
Our Quentin Smith talked to the mayor earlier today. He joins us now live from Pontotoc with more on what's happening there. Quentin.
That's right, Andrea. 6 weeks ago, Pontotoc Mayor Bob Peoples decided to have the state flag removed from the pole outside of City Hall. But just a few minutes ago, in a special call meeting, the Board of Aldermen voted 4-1 to have that flag put back up on display outside City Hall. And joining me now is Pontotoc Mayor Bob Peoples. So, Mayor, first off, just tell me, why did you decide to have the flag removed?
I'm just passionate about serving all the people of Pontotoc, and I believe that flag divides us. And I just, in good conscience, did not think it was right to have it fly when it's a divisive factor instead of something that unifies us.
The board voted 4-1 to have the flag back on display. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I'm disappointed. I wish that the board would have supported my executive order, but I understand it. They've got a difficult job, and they have to make decisions based on what they feel is right. And I don't fault my board. My board's a good board. They're good people, and we just see different on this issue.
Thanks so much, Mayor. Now, the state flag will fly at half staff due to the shooting in Florida last week, and then it'll be back at full staff again. Now, we'll have more on this story coming up tonight on WCBI News at 9 and 10. But for now, reporting live in Pontotoc, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
All right, thanks, Quentin. Building roads, improving development, growing the economy, those are the ideas driving a more than $1 billion road plan unveiled by Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves today. The proposed 5-year program is the Senate's answer to addressing infrastructure issues in the state. The Bridge Act would provide a mixture of grants, loans, and other money to cities and counties across Mississippi and includes roads, bridges, rail, and waterway projects. Reeves did not release specifics on funding sources, but says it can be done without raising state taxes.
Meanwhile, Mississippi State University has some plans to relieve congestion around the east side of campus. A number of student apartments have been built in that area, putting more walkers and cyclists on the roads, and it creates some concerns about safety. College Board trustees have approved $1.4 million to design Bulldog Way. MSU President Mark Keenum says Bulldog Way will free up traffic along Blackjack and Octok Road south of campus. Keenum says the university hopes to obtain federal funding to build the road. Time for a first look at our forecast. We'll turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson on this first day of Severe Weather Awareness Week. Keith?
Severe Weather Awareness Week, correct, but it feels just like summer out there. Wild temperatures, considering it is winter. We've got low 70s across our area right now. No severe weather out there right now. That's great news, but always good to be prepared. We've got low and mid 70s across the board here as of 6 o'clock, and widespread warmth across the entire region too. So if you're heading out this evening, no issues. The clouds will fill back in by sunrise, and it looks like we will be overcast tomorrow morning, down into the low 60s tonight, back up to around 80 on Tuesday. How long will it last? I'll let you know in just a few minutes.
The American Legion works hard to help military veterans get the benefits that they have earned.
But these days, many veterans believe the benefits are harder to find. Now, veteran organizations continue to try and help. Our Jory Talley joins us live with more. Jory?
Places like American Legion Post 69 see some of the issues veterans deal with on a daily basis. This place serves as a helping hand to vets and works to help meet their needs, whether it's through health care or deals with finances or even helping families while their loved ones are overseas defending this country. American Legion National Commander Denise Rowan is one of the ones fighting on the front lines, pushing Congress to maintain veteran benefits.
A lot of us, when we went in, we were told, you're going to get free health care, you're going to get this for life, or the GI Bill, which gives you your education and home loan possibilities and things like that. As our benefits go through budget cycles in Washington, D.C., and they start talking about, well, let's see, can we get rid of this? Can we do that?
Rowan says making sure lawmakers in D.C. understand veterans' issues and reminding them the importance of those benefits are very important. The National Commander says the American Legion and veteran organizations save the government millions of dollars by volunteering at veterans hospitals and other organizations and communities, and is 100% for saving VA hospitals.
We also understand that there are veterans who live in rural communities who are in distances away from the hospital, and they may need to travel farther to get to see a VA doctor or to get to a VA clinic. So the choice part of that, being able to go to a doctor in your community so you don't have to go so far, that's an important part of the budget process also.
Luckily for veterans in the Golden Triangle, they don't run into that problem.
We have a Jackson VA, we have a local VA that's in Columbus, we have a VA in Tuscaloosa. And we're kind of on the line to whereas if you're in Mississippi, you go to Jackson, and the services are here, but you just really have to search them out.
Lowndes County Veteran Services Officer James Richardson says he believes health care benefits for vets need to change by the government opening up those benefits to all veterans.
When the veterans were signed up many years ago, they were told they would have VA health care for the rest of their life. However, now it's based on either you're service connected or you have a low income to qualify for VA health care. And there's a lot of veterans out there that don't fall into that category that should be able to get VA health care.
Rowan, along with the American Legion family, is taking their message to Capitol Hill next week. She says that she will be testifying before a joint session talking about veteran issues. For now, reporting live in Columbus, Jory Talley, WCBI News.
All right, thanks, Jory. The Columbus Police Department is gearing up to bring back its motorcycle unit. 3 officers will be on the bikes for the next 2 weeks. They'll learn the basics of how to handle the motorcycle to high-speed maneuvers. The patrolmen will be on the motorcycles part-time until more officers are hired on at the department. The goal is to have 1 officer per shift.
When there's a serious accident, we can actually get to the accident quicker than a large vehicle unit can get there. And of course, in the city of Columbus, traffic can be congested. And of course, motorcycles, they're smaller in width and they're smaller in length, and we can maneuver our bikes in areas to where we can get on scene.
State troopers, DeSoto County deputies, and South Haven police are training the Columbus officers. The motorcycle cops will be responsible for traffic duty, including responding to wrecks and for public relations appearances at schools and parades.
Showing my age, but I always think about chips when I
Yep.
see motorcycle cops. All right, severe weather can strike any time in Mississippi.
When we come back, we meet a couple who lived through that experience.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Severe Weather Awareness Week in Mississippi and Alabama.
Yeah, WCBI meteorologist Jacob Dickey visits a Louisville couple who was home when a severe thunderstorm approached in the middle of the night. They had no idea the storm was nearby until a tree crashed through their bedroom wall.
Thunderstorms are one of nature's most common occurrences here in the Twin States. In our area, an average of 80 days out of the year will see thunderstorms. Out of those thunderstorms, less than 10% are considered severe thunderstorms, producing large hail and damaging winds in excess of 58 miles per hour. For the Adams family in Louisville, Tuesday, February 6th was like any other night. Light rain was falling and the family headed off to bed. But a few hours later, things would change.
I just figured it was going to just rain. I wasn't looking for no storm.
Mary and Charles Adams went to bed not realizing a line of severe thunderstorms was approaching the area, and it was heading straight for their house.
It was thundering, lightning, raining, roaring and carrying on, and then all of a sudden it was in my room. And the roaring didn't last but about 5 or 10 minutes. And then it was gone. And then the tree was in the room with me.
Well, at first it sounded like glass was breaking at first, and then I heard a loud pop, and it was just over within minutes. Just that quick.
Winds that night were strong enough to blow a tree over, which crashed into their bedroom as they slept.
My bed was right here, and I was laying right here. My dresser was here. And when I heard it, I jumped and went that way. My mirror fell off the dresser onto the bed where I was at. The tree come through right here. And
right where they were sleeping. As the Adams family got up to inspect the damage, they realized just how lucky they were.
Thank God everybody was okay.
Reporting from Louisville, meteorologist Jacob Dickey, WCBI News.
WCBI Severe Weather Safety Tips are brought to you by Lee's Storm Shelters and Caldwell Banker West Realty Company. Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
All right, friends, what a great day we had. Hopefully you can take advantage. As expected, a mix of sun and clouds after the morning fog and clouds. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s in the region today. Look at these new records. Jackson, Mississippi, 83. Birmingham, 78. Anniston and Tuscaloosa, Memphis and Jackson, Tennessee also setting new records today, falling just shy of the records locally here in our coverage area, but it was still warm, still pretty warm out there right now, low and mid 70s as of 6 o'clock. Most of the southeast extremely warm for this time of year, and we have deep tropical moisture coming on into the region. You certainly know that. It looks and feels more like spring or early summer, and that moisture will actually translate into perhaps a few showers tomorrow, a better opportunity for some rain by Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, and Thursday, a bit of a lull Friday, and then some more wet weather perhaps as we get into Saturday and Saturday night. Now, right now we're fairly quiet, fairly clear. Those low clouds will fill back in during the night, lows down to around 60. The breezes will taper off just a little bit, but those winds return tomorrow, 10 to 20, upper 70s to low 80s for you here in northeast Mississippi, including Tupelo, 80, 81, 82 around the Golden Triangle area, and for you in West Alabama as well. Much the same story. Some morning clouds, a mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon, highs in the lower 80s, give or take. So here's our Futurecast forecast model. I think it's overdoing the rain chances for tomorrow. We may see a few passing showers, but the overall moisture concentration will be very low compared to what we will likely have Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. We don't really anticipate any strong storms with that or any severe weather, but some heavy rain possible Wednesday into Thursday here across our region. A little bit more, actually a lot more, back to our northwest where there's actually some flood watches from Memphis back to Little Rock. And look at this swath of rain, very heavy rain, maybe 3 to 7 inches or more between now and early next week. That is just off to our northwest, but we'll see what happens around here. We will have several opportunities for rain. Again, there could be a few showers tomorrow. The front comes on in Wednesday. It will stall out and hang around for Thursday and then lift back to the north as a warm front. So I'm thinking on Friday here, probably not a lot of action, but another front right there will sweep on through late Saturday. That could give rise to a few stronger storms. So if we see any strong or severe weather with this particular warm-up, I think it's probably going to be Saturday evening or Saturday night. Until then, we'll just wait and see. There's your forecast. Sports is coming up next.
CI Sports with Robbie Donahoe is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
History was made Sunday evening at the Hump. Mississippi State women's basketball became the first women's athletics program to clinch an outright SEC championship at Mississippi State, and their work isn't done. The Bulldogs still have their sights set on the national title. That wouldn't have been possible without a certain senior class committing to the program when it was just getting started.
4 years ago, Victoria and Mo came here, and all they had was a vision that some coaches had. It's all they could believe in. They had nothing to hang their hat on other than what a coach was telling them that they could possibly do if they came here, committed themselves to a process and committed themselves to a discipline. And they've done it. Those 4 seniors have paid the price, along with the rest of this team. This entire team pays the price every day. And today, again, to be able to do it in front of our fans, it just doesn't get any better than that, y'all.
Bulldogs still projected as a 1 seed in the Kansas City Regional. The big caveat to that is Baylor's projected as the 2 seed on online bracketology placements. That's probably the worst case scenario 2 seed for MSU because Baylor is huge inside, and that's not really what MSU can match up well with, but Vic Schaefer's team is continuing to defy the odds, so why not win that game against Baylor again? Here's the funny part here. MSU's men's team, not projected in the NCAA tournament right now, but projected in the NIT as a 3 seed. They're projected currently to face Western Kentucky in the first round. Guess who coaches Western Kentucky? None other than Rick Stansberry. How's that for some irony and fun for college basketball? Man, I hope that happens. We'll have to see how it plays out. All right, at Ole Miss, the Rebels are moving forward without longtime head coach Andy Kennedy, who stepped down effective immediately on Sunday. Tony Madlock will be the acting head coach until the end of the season. His job will be to find a way to snap the current losing streak and get Ole Miss back on track before season's end.
I've been in a long time, over 20 years as an assistant coach at Division I level. So I've seen a little bit of it all. I've been through a little bit of it all. So it's just one of those deals, man. You just take it. You trust everything you've learned from all the head coaches I worked under, and you just go with it. Listen, AK is a legend here. He's an all-time winningest coach. Sometimes coach can't get to the players like he wanted to. That's why last Monday he did what he did to try to maybe spark those guys. It didn't work, and then he went another direction.
So Ole Miss will try to snap the losing streak Tuesday at Missouri. They'll have Tennessee coming to the Pavilion on Saturday. MSU has 2 big games coming up this weekend at Texas A&M tomorrow night, and then they'll have South Carolina at home at the Hump. Bulldogs need to win out and make a little bit of a run in the SEC tournament to get back into the NCAA tournament picture. Here's the SEC women's slate for this week. Auburn, MSU on Thursday, last home game before the tournament for the Bulldogs. Ole Miss will have Kentucky at home. Right now, Ole Miss is playing Georgia at home. They get the Monday night game this week, and then MSU will be back in Kentucky coming up on Sunday. To college baseball, the first weekend of the season complete. 2 sweeps from our SEC baseball programs here in the Magnolia State. Ole Miss, led by the newest SEC pitcher of the week, Ryan Rollison, brought out the Bruins for Winter, while Andy Cannizzaro and MSU back to the drawing board after being swept at Southern Miss. Here's the newest D1 baseball poll. Now, MSU's not ranked in 3 of the other major polls, but they fell to 21 in this poll. Ole Miss staying put at 9. Southern Miss all the way up to 15. LSU dropped to 23. Didn't know if you may have not have seen it. LSU dropped 2 of 3 at home to Notre Dame this past weekend. So it was a strange weekend of college baseball, but we'll look forward to this week. That's it for sports. We'll get a last look at your forecast next.
Perhaps some more record highs in the region tomorrow and Wednesday. A better opportunity for some rain midweek, and then another chance for this weekend. There could be some stronger storms late Saturday, but we've just zoomed right into March or April, and it's still mid-February.
A friend on Facebook just posted that she was outside a few minutes and the mosquitoes just went to town on her ankles.
Already.
They are out.
All right.
Unofficial Mississippi state bird, isn't it?
Sign of things to come.
All right.
I don't think I've heard that before.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.